How you guys doing today? So welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Thank you very much for joining. My Pastor Dorcas. How you doing? I can spot you right there. Okay. So welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Thank you very much for joining. This morning is going to be another fantastic, super morning by the grace of God. And I want to thank God for your lives. I want to thank God for you guys always coming in to tap from the well of knowledge from everybody. Crown Suji, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I need you guys to do one thing for me. Share this broadcast. Share this broadcast. Let's get more people connected this morning. I'm not actually on Facebook or YouTube. I am just on IG, okay? And I want us to focus on the topic of today. Let's focus on the topic of today and get it to a point of conclusion. I know there are so many marriages today, so many homes shaking big time because of lack of children. It's very, very, very difficult, for not just only for women, for men also. We get worried. African setting, people believe the moment you are married, there must be children. There must be children, and I know everybody wants to have their own biological children. Just to be able to say, this is the person that will succeed me after I'm gone. It's a good thing to have, all right? Mother-in-laws will give you hell as a wife. Father-in-laws will give you hell. The sister-in-laws and the brother-in-laws will actually come with fire. And most of the time, we normally think this stuff is the problem of women. The moment there is childlessness in a relationship, everybody want to be, everybody wants to attack the woman. Oh, it's the woman that is not giving our brother a child or children. And this is kind of like a heavy weight on women, wives. That going into marriage is not about just dancing and all kinds of stuff. A lot of wives are worried. Will I be able to conceive? Will I be able to give this man a child? And in African setting, we only believe in having sex and then the woman must get pregnant. And if that's not the case, we demonize the woman and tell the woman is an empty barrel, she's a gun, that kind of stuff. And then we call them different names. And sometimes these women don't find it easy. And even you are in a husband's house and you are not at peace and there's so much of pressure on you, it's always very difficult to get pregnant. You can't get pregnant when you're having pressure. The atmosphere is not conducive. You are not happy. You're praying all the time, fasting all the time, drinking agbo here, drinking that one over there, and all kinds of stuff. Do you know people go to different extents to get pregnant? Some people will go to do water baths. Some people will go to do rituals. Some people will go on the mountain for months, all in the name of getting pregnant. And sometimes the man, too, will get disconnected. I've witnessed a situation whereby the man told the woman, actually, I don't want to have sex with you anymore. All of this sex I've been having with you is actually useless. It's fruitless, waste of my time, waste of my energy. We see sex more like a way of producing children, And there's nothing wrong in that. You produce children, and sex is also a form of giving pleasure to your partner also. But Africans, sometimes we don't appreciate some things. We always believe that a woman without a child is a useless woman. and the life that you guys are going to live is more like a wasted life. All of this stuff that we are acquiring, the house, the cars, investment, the company we're starting, we believe somebody's supposed to inherit those things. That person must be our biological children. And it's putting a lot of pressure on people. Some people will try and say, you know what, let's do IVF. Let's do IVF. Let's see if it's going to work. For some people, it will work. For some, it might not. And then the next thing that we normally want to do is to actually go and get somebody pregnant outside and start fathering children through somebody else and all kinds of stuff. Whereas there are other ways that we could go through. And that's why I am here with you guys today. I'm here with you guys today to discuss something different, something that Africans, we have not been talking about, something that is useful, something that could be the next solution to what is happening in your life. There is nothing wrong in what I'm about to discuss. And that's the reason I had to go all around the world to look for one person who is the authority that could tell us exactly what surrogacy is all about. So I had to go all over the world trying to find somebody. And luckily I found somebody. And that person will actually be on the show with me this morning to discuss this very important topic. I remember some few years ago when IVF was introduced. Some of us Nigerian Christians started talking about IVF is a devil's child, it's not from God, it's not from this, surrogacy is not the way out, IVF is not the way out, it's not the way out, and all of these. So I'm not sure why people say that. And these days, when we go to churches, we see that people are having twins and triplets and all that kind of stuff. And people want to say, oh, it's because I prayed. No, it's not because you pray. Prayer has got its own. There's a part of prayer, and there's a part of medicine, professionals and stuff that will actually lead you and see you through the whole journey. And that's why I traveled all over the world. I went all over looking for a Nigerian who is actually the authority when it comes to this, to educate us. And my guest is actually on the line right now. I'm going to be waiting for her to make that request to join this broadcast, and I will bring her on to discuss this. I'm waiting for my guest to actually make that request right this moment. I want her to make the request right this moment so I can bring her on, and then let's enjoy the moment together. I need you guys to start inviting people. I need you to start inviting people to be a beneficiary of this great meeting today. If you're single, not married yet, you need to listen to this. All right, this is going to be. So how you doing, my sister?
I am fine, sir. Good morning to you in US and good afternoon to everyone from Nigeria.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So please, can we know you? Who are you?
Okay. My name is Olarunke Tadios, and I am the founder of Meet Surrogate Mother Agency in Lagos State, Nigeria. Yes, I do say yes. We've handled a lot of surrogacy, and our database is filled, and our yard also is filled with babies, enough, plenty babies that you could ever even imagine. So we've been on this line for quite a while, and God has been using our agency powerfully to bless homes nationwide, worldwide, because in fact, like 70–80% of our intended parents are not even coming from Nigeria. So you see them coming from US, from UK, from Canada, so coming back home to come and have this done with us. So it has been a very good thing, so
So how popular is this? How popular is the service you're rendering to Africans, Nigerians generally? How popular is it?
Surrogacy has become something that is widely acceptable right now. I could remember some years ago, yes, we struggled at the beginning, with acceptance. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people don't even want to accept the fact that, yes, this might be something they need. But these days, yeah, I find a lot of intending couples booking consultation online, coming in to start the program, and it's far better than what it was before. Probably because, of course, a lot of orientations are going on. We keep talking about it all the time. Whatever venue we have to pass the message across, we keep exploring it, just to make everybody feel comfortable that, look, if this is truly what will solve your problem, if this is what will make you to become a parent, then it is not something you need to shy away from. Most importantly, that you have an agency like Meet Surrogate Mother that can help you to coordinate things, even anonymously, because that's how we function. Being Africa, being Nigeria, we love things done privately. Nobody wants anybody in their business. So we coordinate and manage the whole surrogacy arrangements for our intended parent. And, to God be the glory, it goes smoothly, a lot of time, like almost 98% of the time. And, so it's been very, very, people are accepting that fact that, yes, it's not something to be ashamed of.
And now let me ask you this for the benefit of those who are watching, and some of them may not understand what surrogacy is all about. They might not understand what it means. When we're talking about having baby, we all know what IVF is all about and all kinds of stuff. We know the woman getting pregnant and all kinds of stuff, having his own or her own, and then the couple having their own biological children. So what exactly is surrogacy?
Okay, so surrogacy is when another woman helps you to carry your pregnancy.
Am I going to sleep with that woman?
No, you're not. Okay, you're not. Okay, so the kind of surrogacy we practice at Meet Surrogate Mother is the one that you are not going to sleep with the surrogate mother. So we are going to make use of IVF. IVF is going to be used. We will stimulate your wife and get her eggs. Then the husband will also produce your sperm. So the eggs and the sperm will be fertilized, via IVF, and the embryos will be generated, and the embryos will now be transferred into the surrogate.
So it's not like I'm going to use the egg of that surrogate mother.
No,
it's going to still be my wife's egg.
It's going to be your wife's egg, and in a situation where your wife does not have eggs again, then we will bring in another third party called donor. So there are younger females that can actually donate their eggs. But in all circumstances, we have never used surrogate mother's egg. And the reason is because we practice solely gestational surrogacy. We don't want the surrogate mother to have any genetic relationship with the baby she's carrying. We don't, because, we don't want her to feel like I'm selling my child. No, you're not. You're not. It's just a womb you're renting out during this period. So you're not genetically related to the baby. So most of the time we make use of the intended parent's eggs and the sperm. And if there is any issue with the woman's egg, then we'll bring in another third party egg donors that will donate her eggs, and we'll use that to fertilize the husband's sperm.
Yeah, that's good. But a lot of people, they have issue with such a kind of arrangement, that later in the future, the surrogate mother may come and start talking about she's the one who carried the baby belongs to her and stuff, or probably may use it to actually collect more money from that family. I watched a movie, it's an American movie, that the surrogate mother was given $1 million. $1 million just to carry the baby and all kinds of stuff. And the wife of the man started pretending to be pregnant. She was putting some stuff right here. Everybody were all seeing her like, oh my God, she's pregnant and all kinds of stuff. So after the baby was born, the baby was transferred to the wife of the guy, to nurse and all that. And then later down the road, the surrogate mother came back to demand for more money, or else I'm going to tell everybody what happened and all kinds of stuff. So a lot of people are afraid in going there. How do you handle this?
Okay, so at Meet Surrogate Mothers, we do majorly anonymously. Okay, so we in fact we brag more on our confidentiality, because we are in between the intended parents and the surrogate mother, and the reason is not far-fetched. It's just what you have explained. Okay, we don't want a situation whereby anybody will take advantage of anybody. Okay, so we are in between the surrogate mother and the intended parents. We provide the surrogate mother, we'll do the IVF, we'll manage the surrogate mother on behalf of the intended parents. So they don't even get to see each other. Okay, so there is no fear, or that somebody will come later in life to come and demand for baby, or no. We run anonymously, and we protect each person's identity.
Very good. In a situation where, I'm married and I found that I have low sperm count, or probably my sperm is not able to impregnate my wife, and my wife's eggs, they're good and all kinds of stuff, and is in that kind of a case, is surrogacy something that should be introduced, or is there any other way out when it comes to that, when the man is actually the one with the problem?
With the problem, okay. So most of the time, I do say that men, there are problem with sperm also most of the time. But the truth is that, about most of the time as well, there is a method of fertilization called ICSI. It's a cytoplasmic sperm injection. It usually helps sperm with low sperm. It helps men with low sperm counts. What it does is actually to pick the best of sperm cell from whatever the man will produce, and that will be used to fertilize the eggs. But in a situation whereby the sperm is completely bad, maybe there is no sperm cell at all, then of course the man would have to opt for donor sperm. So we also provide donor sperm as well. So as the way we provide donor egg is also going to be the way we provide donor sperm. And I do say something to our men that, when it comes to the issue of having baby, a lot of time people tend to look towards the women as the issue, but recent statistics are showing that truly there are male factor infertility, and it's quite huge now. Okay, if the doctor has ruled your sperm out and said, look, this is what you're going to need at the end of the day to be a father, don't waste time again. Don't delay your wife, because our own biological or reproductive clock is short. So if you delay her further, by the time she's clocking 40 above 40, she might have a problem using her own head. That decision that you're supposed to have taken for her, maybe when she was still in her 30s, in her 20s, because, you're being selfish now as a guy, you don't want to use a donor sperm, But at the end of the day, by the time you're now come to that conclusion, it might be late. You will now be confronted with a situation whereby you'll be using donor egg and donor sperm. So what will give you more joy if you have a child who is genetically related to one of you, or having a child that is not genetically related to any of you? But I don't blame intended parents, because it's quite a very tough decision to make, either to use donor egg or to use donor sperm. But my point is that sometimes we have to do what we have to do. We just have to move on, because if you keep doing the same thing, recycling the whole problem all over again, things will not change, and you will still be confronted to that problem, and that decision you failed to make earlier on, you will now be confronted with it in the later, and it will not come with so much regret. You'll be like, if I've done this years ago, probably my baby, my son or my daughter will be in secondary school now. That kind of, I do get to hear that. We don't need to get to that point before we make some certain decision. because it is actually very tedious, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, looking for fruit of the womb. And you know, when you know what the problem is, try and solve it as soon as you can, and move on, so that you can do better things with your money. You know, plan your life, enjoy your family.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic, fantastic. My next question to you is this: if myself and my wife, if we agree that okay, we're going to use a surrogate mother, will the surrogate mother not affect, because she's the one that carried the pregnancy, will she not affect the physical appearance of my kid? Will my kid still look like myself and my wife, or will they take a little bit part of that surrogate mother when it comes to physical appearance or probably behavior?
Okay. So, like I said earlier, genetically, the surrogate mother is not related to the baby she's carrying. You see, the baby she's carrying is still the same baby your wife would have carried if she's the one carrying the pregnancy.
Okay.
So, surrogate mother has nothing to do with how your baby looks like. Okay? So she's not genetically related to the baby she's carrying by blood.
So the fetus, the baby is only feeding through her.
Yes. Just feeding. That's all.
Okay, that's beautiful. You know, that's going to actually give a little bit of relief to so many people that are watching right now, thinking about this and stuff. Because a lot of women will say, "No, I don't want my baby to be carried by another person and then alter the physical appearance of my kid and all kinds of." Now, let me ask you one particular. It's going to kind of like relate to maybe spiritual, whatever. A lot of people don't believe. They don't believe in this thing. Do you think it's the work of the devil preventing the husband from getting the wife pregnant? Is it the devil's work or medical condition?
Well,
I know. I actually laughed inside of me before asking you this question.
There are medical reasons, okay? And there are also unexplained infertility, okay? But you know, most of the time, maybe like 80% of time, when there is infertility, it boils down to the fact that there is a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
And when you are able to identify the problem, or your doctor is able to identify your problem, you know, you would see that there is always a solution to the problem. Which, whatever the problem is, you know, whatever the problem,
there will always be a solution.
Yes, there is always a solution. You know, so what is now left for you is to accept the solution being provided for you. Do you understand? We have some couples that, you know, they don't have any fertility problem. What they have is what is termed medically as unexplained infertility. For whatever reason, they are not just getting pregnant. The womb is fine, the eggs are fine, the sperm are fine. They are not just getting pregnant. You know, for such couple, we normally recommend IVF.
You know, for such couple, we spiritualists always want to say it is the devil and we need to do deliverance. You have to do water baths. There is something holding
it.
There's something holding your womb right there.
There's
a witch in your family that's eating your babies. Hallelujah. Somebody shout hallelujah. So we always want to waste time, and then these people will stay 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Like you rightly said, we're going to waste all the time doing all of these spiritual, these religious activities until it's too late to be able to help them out. So what you're saying is that people should take advantage of, you know, the present where they are right now to quickly seek for help so that things will be made easy for you. Now, let me ask you this, man. What exactly is the process? If I say, okay, I've been married now for 5 years, and I noticed that, okay, we're not getting pregnant. All right, let me go to the doctor, and the doctor is telling me that there's a situation, and you know, how do we go by? And the doctor is recommending that we should go and do surrogacy. So what is the process? How do we start from point 1 all the way to the point whereby we carry a baby?
Okay, so if your doctor has ruled or pronounced the verdict of surrogacy on you, okay, so and you approached us, for instance. First thing first is I want to know your age, number one. And why I want to know your age is to be able to see, okay, maybe with your age, are we still going to get hex from you, Then once I know your age, then we can start with a test, okay, to also check, your ovarian reserve, just to be sure, yeah, we can get hex from you. Then, of course, there are the documentation aspect of it that we will start with. Okay, so getting to know you, filling out the forms. The surrogacy contract is also there, so we have a legal contract. So we're not just doing this or with a more word of mouth. Okay, so once that is done, then of course, is to commence medical treatment and retrieve the eggs. Sorry.
Bless you.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. So we are running checks now. We're going to have to evaluate the woman, then we evaluate the husband as well. Okay, so once we're through with that, okay, what remains is to stimulate the woman, get her eggs, fertilize with the husband's sperm. The husband will need to ejaculate, masturbate and produce sperm. Then we generate.
You said what? Masturbate?
Yes.
Oh, he has committed a big sin. He will go to hell. That man is going to hell.
You mentioned it. Okay. You know what? If he doesn't want to masturbate,
no, don't use that word masturbate. Just say we are going to extract sperm from the man.
How do we extract sperm? Except we are doing surgical sperm retrieval.
Any which way, but don't mention that word. That word is going to make all my members, all my followers will run away. That Pastor Jola brought the woman and said we have to masturbate.
Okay.
Keep going back.
Okay, so in case he cannot masturbate, he can actually have sex. Okay. And just ensure that whatever
side of the condom, right?
Yeah, there are condom that we can use as well. Okay. And of course, if he can bring out the penis and produce the sperm in a bottle.
What did you just say? Did you mention penis?
Oh my God! Only Jesus.
You are going to hell. You are going to hell yourself. For mentioning that penis stuff. I understand you're a professional. You guys always call it the way it is. I understand. I'm just joking.
I'm sorry. Only Jesus forgives me, but sorry. but that's the process, okay? Yeah. So once we generate once the eggs are retrieved and the sperm is being produced, given to us, then they can go back.
Okay.
Usually, I normally say 2 weeks. 2 weeks for this. We need 2 weeks. So you get to us on day one of your period. Within the first 2 weeks, we'll be through with you. Then you can go back. The remaining work, we'll complete it for you.
Wow. So when we talk about this, after retrieving all this stuff, the egg, the sperm, you guys will keep it. And then how do we get the surrogate mother?
Okay, so we provide the surrogate mothers. Okay.
Okay.
So we have surrogate mothers coming to volunteer to be a surrogate mother. Okay, and so we'll provide someone that can carry the pregnancy. Usually, our surrogate mother, they are mothers, so they've given birth before. Okay, so in fact, it's a major requirement with us. If you want to be a surrogate mother, you need to have given birth to your own child, because I do say something that you don't give what you don't have. Okay, so for you to help someone to carry her pregnancy, you need to have your own kids yourself, because pregnancy is a phase. Anything could happen. Do you understand? So we want our surrogate mothers to have their own kids first before coming to say they want to be a surrogate mother. Yeah, it will shock you. We have a lot of surrogate mother. A lot of people are coming in to volunteer to be a surrogate mother on a daily basis. And of course, I know, because they are comfortable with us, they are comfortable with our management style. because we take adequate care of our surrogate mother during this time, in terms of their health, in terms of their feeding, in terms of their all round, so it's a whole lot of care, and they enjoy the 9 months. We make the 9 months very enjoyable for them, so we provide a surrogate mother. That's just it. So we are not going to tell the intended parents to go and look for.
So you're just sitting in your office and people just show up and I want to register to be a surrogate mother. How much do they charge? Well, don't tell us how much is that, but do they charge amount of money?
Okay, so we have what we compensate them with. It's not charging now. We don't call it charge, okay, because it's truly not buying and selling, okay. So we have compensation plan for them, okay. So that's just it. And yes, they come in, and when you come in, it's not automatic that you would have to. You'll be taken as a surrogate mother. She will still need to undergo a lot of psychological evaluation, medical evaluation as well. Then before we can accept her to be a surrogate mother.
Okay. What are the few challenges that you guys have faced in during this process and the beginning of your agency till now?
Well, in the challenges that are there are also what is there for every pregnant woman. Okay, so like I said earlier on, is a thin line. Pregnancy is a thin line between life and death. Okay, so because they are coming to be a surrogate mother doesn't mean that God forbid it could not happen. Okay, so that's why what my agency, what we're doing is that whenever intended parents ask me they ask to say, why must it be you that will recommend the hospital that you will use? I had to come to that point where I have to be the one to recommend, because that is the only place I can vouch for the hospital I am using. Okay, I am using this best place for my surrogate mother, because I know that whenever she's in need, urgently, emergency, yes, they will respond immediately, because I don't want to toy with anybody's life. As much as they are coming in to do this with clean mind and maybe to get some benefit, I don't want anybody to lose their life in the process. So you see, the care, the medical need of the medical aspect of it, I don't give that option out to the intended parents to dictate where my surrogate mother will give birth. Because if anything should happen, it is me, the parents know, the family know. Because doing surrogacy with me surrogate mother goes beyond someone just walking in here. It's more or less like a marriage for that 9 months period for me and them and their family. Because because I need to be able to protect their daughter. I need to be able to say I have done everything humanly possible at each point in time for any surrogate mother. So I don't leave that aspect out for anybody. That's why when intended parent comes and say, can I take my surrogate mother to this place? My answer is no, you cannot. I need to be in control of that process, because I want to see things myself. I want to take care of the surrogate mother the best way I know I can.
Wow, this is great. This is so great. This is great. Now, a very, very funny, stupid question I want to ask you. The Yoruba people will say, if I actually register to be a surrogate mother, maybe I'm a married woman with 2 kids, and will I still be carrying the pregnancy and be walking all around, or do you put them in a facility for the duration of the pregnancy, or they're allowed to go anywhere they want and all kinds of stuff? What would they tell their family members? What would they tell the church? What would they tell the mosque that, okay, the baby, where is the baby? Will they just say the baby is dead? Or will they say, oh, I actually acted as a surrogate mother for somebody? How do you handle this?
A lot of them are actually not hiding anything from anybody. They are proudly a surrogate mother. And it's not something to be done in secret again. It's not a new thing again per se in Nigeria. There are a lot of surrogate mothers. They are doing it proudly. So Yes, a lot of them would tell their family member, like I told you, you cannot even walk to my agency and say you want to be a surrogate mother, and you will say you're doing it alone. No, I don't want anybody to know. No, you're disqualified already, because you need to tell your family that you're doing surrogacy. Yeah, you might they will say, oh, we are above 18 or we're above 21. We can take decision. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So your family member would know that you're doing you want to be a surrogate mother. So I don't think I have any surrogate mother that wants to hide herself. Okay. However, what we do at Meet Surrogate Mothers is that the moment we transfer embryos into our surrogate mother, at least for the first trimester, we want to keep them on board, because the first trimester is very, very important to the whole journey of the surrogacy. IVF pregnancy is sustained with IVF drugs, so we need to be able to monitor and manage the process. I also need to ensure that it is the embryos that we put there that is there. So not that we transfer embryo into a surrogate mother and she's gallivanting the whole of Lagos having sex. I don't want to fuck anybody up. I don't want to mess anybody up, because at the end of the day, for instance, I told you, like 70-80% of our intended parents are coming from abroad. DNA is going to be required at the embassies. I don't want a situation where by the end of the day, DNA will not match. You know, I have some CNAs here today now. All of them, 99.9%. Yeah, that is what I am after. So starting from embryo transfer, first trimester, we try to keep them on board just to help manage the pregnancy during that time. Then if the surrogate mother proves to be a very calm person, yes, she can take some time off, go do her thing. If she needs to rest, yeah, we'll call her back to come and rest. Okay, but you know, it's not a prison period. So we still allow them to go out if they want to, but not for that first trimester period. That's very, very important to us.
Now let me ask you this, man. When we look at IVF, we don't exactly how much people pay for IVF and stuff. And I know so many people, they've done like about 5, 6, 7 times, and it didn't work. Putting surrogacy beside it, how cheap or how expensive is surrogacy compared to IVF?
Surrogacy is not cheap.
Okay.
Yes, it's expensive, but it's more affordable if you talking about doing surrogacy in US, and I'm sure it's around you have about 80,000 to 120,000 US dollar to do surrogacy in US. But you know, when you still come home to Nigeria, you still get it far more affordable than that. Do you understand? Yeah, but it's still in millions.
In case something fails, probably during the pregnancy, there is a kind of a form of miscarriage, or you know, something happened in the womb and the baby couldn't be born. Are you going to repeat this process over? Are you going to pick a different surrogate mother just to continue the process, or that's going to be the end of the whole process?
It's the one thing that actually stands out is the fact that we are very, very committed to each treatment that we are doing. We want to see to the end of it, okay, even if it means us repeating the treatment again. But, you know, before we repeat your treatment again, we have to let you know that, look, we are repeating the treatment again. If it works, you will have to pay us for the cost of IVF, for the cost of evaluating another surrogate mother, you know. So we do that a lot of time if, you know, we have a failed treatment.
So even though it's not the fault of those people, they still must to pay extra money to do the second one.
It's nobody's fault as well. IVF is not 100%. The process of getting the surrogate mothers pregnant is not 100%. Okay? Do you understand?
No, what I mean is that, okay, the woman got pregnant. You know, you injected her and then pregnancy stayed there. Or maybe you allowed her to go to the street and then she's going all around. And then she decided to have sex with her husband or with somebody outside. And then the pregnancy, you know, was aborted. I don't believe it's the fault of the husband.
Let me come. I'll come down to various scenarios. Okay. So I've just painted a scenario where IVF treatment failed. So let me paint another scenario where miscarriage happens. Okay. Yeah. So when miscarriage happens, Yes, it has. There are like medically, 50% of time you can't tell the reason why miscarriage happened.
Okay.
But you see, the remaining 50% of time, you have to begin to look at genetic issues, the makeup of the egg, the makeup of the sperm. Okay, like I told you earlier, the surrogate mother is not bringing anything on board genetically.
Just a
So
womb.
yes, just a womb. So if there is a miscarriage, if there is a miscarriage at all, yeah, there is high possibility it has to do with the sperm or the egg. Do you
Okay.
understand? So it's still not the surrogate mother's fault. What we do, like I told you, at Meet Surrogate Mother, don't forget I said for the first 3 months, we are on ground trying to ensure that the surrogate mother use a drug, because if she doesn't use a drug, yes, she can start bleeding and there could be miscarriage. So that's why we have facility. We have a lot of chalets here in Lekki that, for the first 3 months, we manage our surrogate mother ourselves. We have staff that does everything for them till the drugs they take, give it to them to use. So the food they eat is being cooked. So the clothes they wear is being washed. So all they do is eat, sleep for that first 3 months. Once we're able to do that for the first 3 months, then at least we've conquered a lot of it's a whole lot of progress. Do you understand? So yes, we could also talk about for surrogates with multiples. Yes, we could fix a sacrilege for them as well. Do you understand? Just to help prevent any miscarriage that has to do with cervical incompetence. So we do all this management stuff for our surrogate mother, just to ensure that we get to the end of the program. Then if peradventure we are not God, miscarriage still happens. So what we normally do, because the way our the payment plan is structured, is more of like pay as you go. Or you want this service, this is the service you're doing now, you pay. Do you understand? This is the service you're doing now. So if peradventure you have, for instance, paid maybe second trimester payments and there is a miscarriage, and you want to pull out, of course, I know you will not pull out, because we normally, like I said, we normally see to the end of everything. So we can prorate your payments such that, you will just need to add up to what was used before. Okay, so we'll take it up from there. So it's not going to be, you're not going to start on a zero level. But all that is being explained inside our contract. Yes, so they get to understand better when you want to start.
Could your patients dictate where they want the child to be born?
The child has to be born in Nigeria, in Lagos. In Lagos. I think I spoke about that earlier on.
Yeah, you said it earlier. Yeah.
Yes.
Just because you guys want to have control over whatever
yes,
happens.
I want to.
Now, could a mother, a surrogate mother, could they do multiple times?
Yes, I have a lot of second time surrogate mother, but I don't take more than second time.
Oh, just two times. So can you tell us about your success story?
On a scale of 100, I would say 4 out of 5 of our treatment works. 4 out of 5 of our treatment works. So that's a whole lot of numbers. Okay, so we do our due diligence here very well, and like I said, we manage our surrogate mother very well, very well. One of our intending parents' surrogate mother gave birth on Monday. She gave birth to twins, and I looked at her and I told her what I have not even told her before. I said by around 12 weeks of the pregnancy, the doctor called me and said that she doesn't think this surrogate mother will make it to the end. That the service is very short and it could only manage to tie the sacrilege. What I did was to put the surrogate mother on bed rest all through the pregnancy. And she got to 36
And then they had to do CS. Wow.
She got to 36 weeks. And I said, if I had told you this, I'm sure you would have fainted, because she's always very anxious and, said you didn't know. But because going by the hospital even wanted to put her on bed rest in the hospital, which would have cost her millions if they do that. But, you know, I oversee that process, make sure I give her still the best care that's, you know, manage her for that period. And, you know, we got to the 36 weeks. And I was so excited for her, excited for myself, and, you know, with my whole team. Okay, so our management, I brag more on our management style at Meet Surrogate Mothers, because honestly speaking, that is where the work is. You could get a surrogate mother pregnant, and at the end of the day, if you don't manage her very well, everything will just go down the drain.
Down the drain.
So
now, have you ever had any situation whereby the surrogate mother requested to see the picture of what the kid has turned to be?
No, I don't.
So
Because
they are
like
actually very professional in their own work to give back to the baby, walk off.
That's all. Very professional.
That's good. That's good. You know, somebody just asked a question on my phone here, that have you ever experienced a surrogate mother take off and run away with pregnancy?
No, it will not happen with us. And the reason is that, don't forget, I told you earlier on who a surrogate mother is with us. She's a mother, I said. She has her own kids. And don't also forget that I said that she's not doing this alone. She has a family who has stood in for her as a guarantor. So we know them. We know a surrogate mother to their house.
You know, the reason why this person is asking is Nigerians, we don't have social security number. In America, if you take off and run, they're going to find you. They're going to find you with your either driver's license, your social security, and all that. He said it's possible for a woman to get pregnant in Nigeria and take off and go to Ghana, and you never find her again. You can't arrest the family. You can't arrest anybody.
I know that fear is there, but it's not a fear you should entertain here, because these surrogate mothers, they have their own kids, and a lot of time, of course, they are coming to be of help, but they are also doing it to, you know, be able to render one or two help to their family. Most especially their kids, better life for their kids and all that, to make life a bit easier. So they don't even want your package, your baggage. They call it, it's a load for them. So they just want to get done with this whole arrangement and move on with their life. So they have, their interest is not in running away with your baby. No, that's not for them.
Another question just came in, that how would you know if that person has not been registered with a different agency, done 2 times, now is coming to you pretending to be actually fresh person? How do you determine if that person must have done it before you recruit them?
Okay, so there is evaluation. Okay, so we have to evaluate the surrogate mother. That's very important. That's the first step. If she has given birth vaginally, yes, she could come and we might not know. Okay, but I don't think any sane person would want to put her life at risk.
Nigerians?
On top of what? Yeah.
Nigerians?
You have done CS 3 times. You're still coming back to say you want to be a surrogate mother. No, it doesn't. The person should think about her life. Okay.
How about if it's not CS? How about if she's giving back naturally? There's no way for you to know.
If it is vagina, it's fine. We don't have a problem. Even if she has given birth 3 times, she can still come back.
All right. Now, the next part of our show today is how can they find you? I know a lot of people are trying to find you right this moment. They're thinking in their head, I have a cousin that wants to find her. I have a sister, I have a nephew that wants to connect with her. And some people are like me, I need to talk to her. And all kinds. Some people are thinking of IVF, some thinking about surrogacy and all kinds of stuff like that. They're here in America. A lot of them are actually so ashamed. They don't want to do it around people they know. They want to come to Nigeria to do it. Some people are living in Nigeria too. They are in Cotonou, in Abuja, some in Ibadan, Akure and stuff. It's better for them to come to Lagos to get it done. And how is this? How do they get you?
Okay, first thing, you can follow me on Instagram right now. My handle is at Meet Surrogate Mothers. Okay, so that's my handle.
You guys will see it out there. There is Yinka something beauty, Lot Beauty. She's there posting the link, and then at the bottom of the screen you're going to see our telephone number. That telephone number is our direct number. All right, don't fool yourself. When you send a WhatsApp message to her, she will respond instantly. She has been on me for the past few weeks. I'm telling you, she is going to message you. You will want to run. All right, she will respond to everything. She's a professional in her field. She's good. She's nice. She's a mother. She's a wife, and she is looking to help you. All right, and if you want to be helped, the best thing for you to do, just write down that telephone number you're seeing on your screen. Write it down, okay, and put surrogacy right in front of it. When you're ready, send a message to her. A lot of you guys are asking, how much is it? How much is it? Please don't ask on this show. We're not going to give you the price. No. The best thing for you to do is to, first of all, talk to her one-on-one. Your own situation may be different. All right? She's going to talk to you. She's going to ask you a couple of questions and all that kind of stuff. She will be able to know the category that you belong. And then that's when you will get a quote. How much will this cost you? And I want to let you guys know one thing. Don't waste your time. Don't. Many of you are listening. I'm a pastor. For God's sake, I'm a pastor. I was on a radio show the other day, and I was listening to a pastor telling them some stupid stuff. And this person was telling them that there is a witch coming after you and will be eating your babies. And there is a witch coming after you. We're eating your... And I was like, hey, when are we Africans going to stop all this stuff? Some of us, we left Africa to come to America, and we still behave the same way. All right? The opportunity is here for you right now. And this opportunity is just that phone call you're about to make. And I want you to know one thing. All right? There's nothing wrong in you praying. You pray and do the work. And then the practical aspect of prayer is now reaching out to her and letting her know your condition. And she will be willing to help you. All right? So it's either you go to our page on Instagram, follow her on our page. The page has been actually reposted several times over there. Over there is, let me look for it again and actually let you guys have it. If you don't have it, what I need you guys to do is just to click a picture. You see it. It's at Meet Surrogate Mothers. At Meet Surrogate Mothers. Right there. When you search for it on Instagram, you're going to find out. If you don't want to do that, copy that telephone number, write it down, okay? And then send her a WhatsApp message. Send her a WhatsApp message because the telephone is going to be off the hook. I don't want it to come back and say, Pastor July, it's not responding. Please send her the WhatsApp message. Try to call her. If you're not getting through, send a WhatsApp message. She will definitely respond to you. All right? So, do you have anything else you want to let these people know?
Well, apart from all the things we have discussed, for our intended parents coming from US, from UK, at our agency, Meet Surrogate Mother, we also have legal units that helps you with documentation to process how you would at the embassy to be able to travel back home with your baby. So we also help with that part of the program as well. Yeah. So it's truly an end-to-end surrogacy program. We have made things quite very easy for the intended parents, and we hope to work with you and help you to achieve parenthood as soon as you can imagine. That's
great. Now, let me sound this note of warning real quick. You'll see a lot of people will be making comments. Oh, is that cheap? Okay? Even if it's 5 million, 7 million, or 20 million, all right? That's going to end your pain. It's going to put a hand to your pain. All right? Some of you guys will go and spend 250 million building a house. All right? At the end of the day, you won't live inside. You will go to Nigeria once every 5 years, but you spend 250 million building a house in Nigeria. And then it's cockroach and rat and everything living in the house. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't actually invest in your future. Children They are the future of people. All right. If you spend money to have those kids, they will bring you joy. All right. As a woman, your in-laws will actually stay clear. They're going to respect you. As a man, you won't have to be looking for someone to get pregnant outside. When you're looking for someone outside, you're going to give that person pregnancy or get that person pregnant. At the end of the day, it's going to come back and bite you. The best thing for you to do is actually treat your wife. Make that call right now and save your future. The telephone number is on the screen. 081-5037-5538. Simple number. Go ahead and call it. If you are in Canada or you are in America, the moment you are an American citizen, if your kid is born outside of America, she is or he is American citizen automatically.
Yeah.
All right. You don't have to worry about bringing her here to have to deliver the baby here.
Yeah.
Please don't. Okay. The moment the baby is born in Africa, he or she is an American citizen automatically. All right. All you need is just to throw in the paperwork and bring your kid home. All right. And the surrogate mother doesn't have any right over the baby. In as much that you paid your money, you have gone through the whole process, bam, and then you come right here, and that's it. All right. Thank you very much, my sister, for coming on the show. I really appreciate you. And guys, I'm going to keep this video on my page. Please share it. Share it with people that you think that needs it. All right. Let's save a life. Let's work something out and start saving lives by the grace of God. Thank you very much, my sister. God bless you.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right.
God bless you.
Have a beautiful day.
And you too, sir. Bye.
Bye. Now, nobody's saying anything is free. Somebody is shouting that that person is a person with poverty mindset. Poverty mindset. Doesn't want to listen. Nobody's saying anything is free on this show. I'm not saying it's free. You got to pay for it. And to pay for it, you must actually know your condition first. Talk to this woman and see how everything's going to work out for you. Have a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy the rest of your week. Peace out.